In the last few minutes, the Prime Minister Keir Starmer has been speaking about what happened.
Well, the images and news from India is absolutely devastating, and I speak for the entire country in saying our thoughts are with each and every one of those involved. There will be British and Indian families across the land who are absolutely impacted by this, and our thoughts, first and foremost, are with them. Obviously, the investigation is going on. We've dispatched an investigation team that's been deployed. The Foreign Secretary is leading on this, and we'll obviously update as soon as we can. But we're working with the Indian authorities on this to establish the facts. I would say to all families, friends of anybody affected to please contact the Foreign Office for further information.
Are you in contact at all with any affected families, and do you know anything more about this possible British survivor? And if I may, is there going to any plans for a Cobra?
Well, in relation to the question of a survivor, obviously we're establishing the facts and the investigation is ongoing. We're in constant contact with the Indian authorities. We've dispatched our own team that's been acknowledged to work with them. I think it is important for all friends and family to contact the Foreign Office so we can roll out this as quickly as possible. But it is an ongoing investigation. It'll take some time. But, you know, our hearts and our thoughts are absolutely with the friends and families of all those affected who are going to be absolutely devastated by this awful news.
Okay.
Well, let's bring in our political correspondent, Rob Powell, who is in Westminster. And there's been, well, more responses, not just from the Prime Minister, Rob, as to what happened.
Yeah, not too many new bits of information or update from the Prime Minister there, essentially confirming what we knew on the ground in terms of air accident investigators being sent to India. We knew that already, of course, and of course expressing his condolences too. Also not confirming that news that we are reporting about a British survivor from that plane crash. I think, though, behind the scenes talking to people in government, they're certainly not saying that that's incorrect, put it that way. I think in circumstances like this, if this was not right, you would expect a fairly swift action to try and, I guess, put an end to that sort of reporting. So that leads us to believe that is correct, and over time we may well get that confirmation, probably from the Foreign Office or indeed Number 10. No answer as well on whether there'll be one of those Cobra meetings, those types of meetings that are convened just up Whitehall from where I am now, in moments of crises. I'm not sure you'd necessarily expect a Cobra in a situation like this, because of course it's not necessarily a developing situation in India. So whether there will be a need for one of those, we will see. They don't usually brief those in advance anyway. I think they tend to just let you know they're happening when they have made that decision. In terms of the UK involvement, we know that 4 inspectors, investigators from the Air Accident Investigation Branch here in the UK will be heading towards India on a flight this evening from London Heathrow, due to get into India tomorrow afternoon. They will be assisting with Indian air accident investigators as well. Because of the presence of so many British passengers on that jet, the British investigators will be given expert status, the technical term essentially that means they get access to more information, factual information on the ground, a copy of any final reports that come out of that as well. So there will be a UK involvement in India as they try and figure out what exactly is going on. The Prime Minister in that clip as well saying that if people wanted more information to get in touch with the Foreign Office, and saying that the Foreign Secretary David Lammy would be leading on the UK response. Earlier in the Commons you heard David Lammy saying that they had set up crisis teams both in Delhi and in London as well.